What if I told you that nothing in your life is a coincidence, that invisible forces are guiding your journey, but most people go their entire lives without realizing it? Do you feel like something is changing within you? As if you no longer fit into the world around you? Then pay close attention, because this might be the answer you've been searching for. Spiritual awakening is not a choice. It happens when your soul is ready. Suddenly you start questioning everything, feeling disconnected from old habits, noticing signs you used to ignore. But be careful. This process can be confusing, painful, and lonely. And the truth is, not everyone is prepared to see beyond the illusion. If you feel that something inside you is awakening, this is not a coincidence, it's a calling. And I'm going to show you exactly what it means and how this transformation can change your life forever. But first, tell me in the comments, have you noticed strange signs around you? Have you been feeling this shift? I want to know what you've been experiencing. There comes a moment when reality starts to feel different. What once made sense no longer resonates, and a strange sense of disconnection arises. It's as if every day, life loses some of its color while new perceptions emerge. The awakened one begins to notice patterns, meaningful coincidences, and even subtle changes in their energy. Something inside whispers that there's more than what meets the eye. Emotions become intense, as if a veil has been lifted from the mind. Certain places and people that once felt normal now seem energetically heavy or misaligned. The body also feels the impact. Fatigue may increase, and the need for silence and introspection grows. Many feel drawn to reconnect with themselves, seeking practices like meditation to find balance. Another powerful sign of spiritual awakening is the feeling that time is speeding up or slowing down. Moments seem to last an eternity, while weeks pass in the blink of an eye. The perception of time changes because consciousness is expanding. What was once lived on autopilot is now observed with full awareness. Everything takes on a new meaning, and the world becomes a great mystery to unravel. And then an inevitable question arises: what is happening to me? This question marks the beginning of a profound journey. Many start searching for answers, diving into studies on spirituality, energy, and consciousness. But this search is only the beginning. What comes next can change everything. As spiritual transformation intensifies, the world is seen through new eyes. What was once ignored or dismissed as mere coincidence now reveals itself as part of a grand puzzle. Subtle energies that have always been present become clear and perceptible. Places, people, and situations carry noticeable vibrations, and the awakened one starts to distinguish what aligns with their new frequency and what no longer makes sense. Intuition strengthens, acting as an internal compass guiding them toward paths more aligned with their purpose. Small signs begin to appear in daily life, repeating numbers, words that seem to emerge at just the right moment, vivid dreams, and even a deeper connection with nature. None of this is random. The universe communicates in subtle ways, but one must have the eyes to see and the heart to feel. With this new perception, certain truths that were once accepted without question start to be analyzed with a critical eye. Systems, beliefs, and social patterns begin to feel like limiting programs. A strong desire to seek the truth emerges, a truth that does not come from outside, but is found within. This phase can be challenging, as the awakened one realizes that many things they believe to be solid are, in fact, illusions. And then a dilemma presents itself: follow the flow of the normal world or dive fully into this new vision. There's no turning back. Once the eyes are opened, reality will never be seen the same way again. But this awakening brings profound consequences, including within the body and emotions. Spiritual awakening does not happen only in the mind and consciousness, it powerfully reverberates in the physical body. Suddenly, sleep becomes irregular, Nights of insomnia are followed by periods of extreme fatigue. Appetite changes, sensitivity to food increases, and even physical senses seem heightened. Some people report hearing subtle sounds, feeling chills without explanation, or perceiving an energetic field around objects and people. Beyond physical changes, emotions become a true whirlwind. Moments of euphoria and clarity alternate with periods of deep sadness and existential questioning. Emotional sensitivity skyrockets, making it difficult to be in environments with heavy energy. Toxic people who were once tolerable now seem unbearable. This is the body reacting to the new frequency, eliminating everything that is not aligned. During this phase, many begin to feel an inexplicable need to withdraw from the noise of the world. Silence becomes a refuge, and the search for practices like meditation, energy baths, and nature walks intensifies. The body demands balance, and ignoring this can lead to symptoms like anxiety, dizziness, and a sense of being out of reality. This is an energetic cleansing taking place. The old is being removed to make way for the new, but the biggest change of all happens in relationships. Spiritual awakening does not only affect the individual, it completely transforms how they relate to the world and the people around them. Suddenly, superficial conversations feel empty, and certain friendships start to feel forced. It's not that the awakened one wants to distance themselves, but their frequency simply no longer matches certain connections. It's as if they are speaking a new language, and those who don't understand naturally drift away. Some close people may react with surprise or even resistance. Friends who were always around may start to drift away. Family members may question this new way of seeing life, and even romantic relationships may be tested. This is one of the most challenging moments of awakening, realizing that some connections existed only out of convenience or based on old energy. What is not aligned tends to dissolve. On the other hand, new people appear as if by magic. Deeper relationships begin to form, built on energetic affinity and purpose. Finding someone who shares the same spiritual quest can feel like a breath of relief amid the chaos. It is common during this period for the awakened one to feel called to seek spiritual communities, study groups, or even mentors who can help them better understand this new phase. But to move forward, one must face a powerful enemy, fear. The rational mind resists change, creating insecurities and blockages. The challenge now is to learn to trust the process and let go of what needs to go. Fear is the greatest guardian of spiritual awakening. It arises as a test, challenging the chosen one's courage to move forward. The rational mind, accustomed to old patterns, resists, whispering doubts and insecurities. What if all this is just my imagination? What if I'm distancing myself from reality? What if I lose everything along the way? These thoughts are not accidental. They are reflections of the ego trying to maintain control. The feeling of loneliness can be intense, and the fear of judgment from others can hold many back. The fear of change is real because it requires letting go of what no longer serves. But here's the secret. Fear only has power over those who feed it. When the chosen one decides to face it, they realize that it is nothing more than an illusion. With each courageous step, a new level of consciousness opens, and fear begins to lose its grip. One of the most effective ways to overcome this obstacle is through the practice of detachment, letting go of limiting beliefs, labels, and external expectations. Meditation becomes a powerful ally in this process, helping to quiet the mind and strengthen trust in the universe's flow. Small rituals, like writing fears on a piece of paper and burning them, can symbolize breaking free from old chains. And then something curious happens. By releasing fear, the perception of time changes completely. The past and the future lose the weight they once had, and attention shifts to the only moment that truly matters, the now. One of the biggest shocks of spiritual awakening is realizing that time, as most people understand it, does not exist. The past and future are mere creations of the mind. The only real moment is the present. This explains why, during awakening, the perception of time feels distorted. Some hours fly by, while certain moments stretch as if they were eternal. Time is flexible, shaped by each person's level of consciousness. When the awakened one learns to live in the present, something magical happens. Anxiety about the future disappears, and the weight of the past loses its power. The mind is no longer trapped in what if or I should have, because it understands that everything happens at the exact pace it is meant to. Synchronicity becomes more evident, and signs start to appear at the right moment, as if the universe is guiding every step. This does not mean that plans and goals should not exist, but rather that the obsession with control must be abandoned. Those who live in the present realize that the best opportunities arise when least expected. Life stops being a race against time and becomes a fluid dance, where each moment is fully embraced with awareness. This is why monks, sages, and spiritual masters always emphasize the importance of the now. And when time is no longer a prison, the universe begins to communicate even more clearly. Events once considered coincidences turn into direct messages. Synchronicity intensifies, showing that the path of awakening is increasingly aligned with something greater. When spiritual awakening happens, the universe starts speaking more evidently. Synchronicity, events that seem like coincidences but carry deep meaning, becomes increasingly common. Repeating numbers, unexpected encounters, words that appear at the right moment, vivid dreams with symbolic messages. None of this is random. These are signs, small guides showing that the chosen one is on the right path. At first, it may feel strange. The person thinks, "Am I imagining things?" But the more attention is given to these signs, the more they appear. It's as if the universe is answering internal questions before they are even asked. A book appears on a shelf exactly when a doubt arises in the mind. A stranger says something that deeply resonates. These moments are not mere coincidences. They are confirmations. To strengthen this connection, it is essential to develop intuition. Writing down synchronicities, paying attention to feelings, and learning to trust first impressions help decipher these signs. The universe communicates symbolically, and the more the chosen one opens up to this language, the clearer the guidance becomes. Intuition ceases to be a vague hunch and transforms into a precise compass, guiding every step. And when this perception strengthens, something incredible happens. Spiritual gifts begin to awaken. Intuition, energetic sensitivity, and the ability to perceive subtle messages become a natural part of the experience. As spiritual awakening deepens, abilities that once seemed unattainable begin to manifest. Intuition sharpens, almost as if the person can sense what is coming. Subtle sensations like unexpected chills or accurate premonitions become constant. The chosen one realizes that they have always had these gifts, but only now is their consciousness refined enough to recognize them. Beyond intuition, other abilities begin to emerge. Some people develop clairvoyance, the ability to visualize images and messages from the energetic field. Others experience clairaudience, hearing subtle messages in their thoughts or even whispers. From the universe, empathy expands, making it possible to feel the emotions and energies of others with extreme precision. These abilities are not privileges of a few. They are natural, but had been dormant. To strengthen these gifts, it is essential to practice self-awareness and energetic alignment. Techniques such as meditation, intuitive writing, and connecting with nature help clear the mind from external noise. Awakening is not about acquiring new abilities, but rather remembering and trusting what has always been within. The more one practices, the clearer and more powerful these gifts become. And then a major question arises. If I have these gifts, what is my purpose with them? Spiritual awakening does not happen by chance. There is a greater reason behind this transformation, and it is up to the chosen one to discover their mission. Spiritual awakening does not happen randomly. Those who go through this process are not just evolving individually, but also taking on a greater role in elevating collective consciousness. At first, it may seem confusing. What am I supposed to do with all this? But the answer lies in the internal transformation itself. The chosen one does not need to convince anyone or impose their vision. Their mere presence, energy, and actions already influence those around them. Each chosen one has a unique mission. Some are called to teach, share knowledge, and guide others who are awakening. Others feel the urge to heal, whether through energy therapies, words, or simply offering emotional support. Some find their purpose in art, music, or writing, conveying messages that touch the soul. No matter the path, everyone carries an essential piece of the great planetary transformation. The challenge is to trust the calling, even when it does not make sense to others. Often the chosen one will feel alone, misunderstood, or even rejected by those who have not yet awakened. But this is part of the process. A true master does not seek acceptance. They simply follow their truth, knowing that their light will illuminate those who are ready to see. Purpose is not found in something grand or distant. It already manifests in the small actions of everyday life. And now that this entire journey has been revealed, the question remains, what will you do with this knowledge? Are you ready to embrace your transformation and step into your true role? Because in the end, the choice will always be yours. Now that you know the truth about spiritual awakening, the big question is, what will you do with it? Will you ignore the signs and continue living on autopilot? Or will you embrace this transformation and discover your true purpose? The choice is yours, but one thing is certain. Once your eyes are opened, there is no turning back. The signs are everywhere. The internal changes, the disconnection from the old world, the awakening of your gifts. All of this has a purpose. The universe is calling you to something greater, and only the brave follow this path. Are you one of them? Or will you let fear keep you trapped in what is comfortable? Tell me in the comments. What stood out to you the most in this video? Have you experienced any of these signs? I want to hear about your experience. And if this content resonated with you, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and continue this journey with me. Your awakening is just beginning.